Good morning. 39 million people deal with psoriasis, and I'm one of those people, and I was on a mission to find relief the best I can and navigate through this. So what I wanted to do today is just show you my morning routine. I deal with, I do have some psoriasis on my face, on my eyebrows today, my ears, just some flaking. So wanted to give you my morning routine. And so what I do is I start with our Bristol Balms. This is the Brook. You can use the Brook and the Bees or the I'm Whipped. Any of these tallow balms work amazing. And so what I do is just a little goes a long way. This is a classic tallow, so you want to just maybe warm it up in your hands a little bit. It'll start to melt immediately. It's really pliable and easy to work with. And so what I do is I will just rub it into those areas. I'm also going to shave this morning. So one thing that I do to help, because I do have some psoriasis along my cheeks and in my ears, like I said, I just put this on first to soften the flakes. And so a little bit on my nose, like I said, on my eyebrows. And so I just, again, a little goes a long way. You don't need much, just very little. And then I can soften these things up. And it's a crazy disease, psoriasis, but I also deal with eczema. It's incredibly itchy. One way that I help to keep it down is to just simply, I work with my diet. I've actually been 180 days on a carnivore diet through the winter, and that kept the inflamed, bits out. So it didn't inflame so bad. I would many times be up in the middle of the night, just in excruciating agony with itching and things like that. A lot of people don't realize that. They don't realize that that's part of the life, when we look really tired, when we go into the office. I'm learning to live in my skin. This is a hereditary thing. It's not contagious. It's, it is what it is. And so, I'm learning to live with it. And so what I do is I moisturize my face first, just to soften any flakes in the morning. Of course, you can use it all over your body. I deal with psoriasis in various spots in my arms and legs and things like that. A little bit on my trunk of my body. So, so now I'm heating up my razor. And so one thing that I love about the tallow balm is that it helps to create that moisture on my face. And I still use shaving cream, but it helps the razor to glide on my face even better. Adding that first, then the shaving cream. It just really helps with those things. And so, like I said, there's 39 million people that deal with psoriasis. One of the things, I was always hiding, hiding the areas, and I can't hide the areas on my face. So I've just learned to, like I said, live in my skin. One of my sayings is to stay true, stay strong, and stay you. I often joke with my children, psoriasis is one of those things where the skin grows 10 times faster than a normal person. And I used to joke with them and say, I'm a bit of an X-Man, where my skin, I have a situation where my skin grows faster than most people in some of those areas. And that's why it creates the irritation that it does. And the skin will kind of compound and flake. A lot of people will take biologics and use biologics. I personally haven't been able to do that. Nearly did me in one time. On biologics. Within the second day, I couldn't even lift my arms off my sides. There was just something incredibly wrong. So I'm just one of those people that can't do that. So now when I'm shaving, the blade really glides much better over the tallow. And so that tallow is, it's infused with comfrey leaf, calendula, rose, all of which are healing properties, help keep redness down. And so one of the things when you're a dude shaving with, having psoriasis on your face, you can stir up those areas, they can get a little more red. And so this helps me with that, helps keep that down, the redness and the inflamed part. So this here is shaving, and it helps me just glide the razor. I don't take a long time to shave, I just use short strokes like this. My neck is pretty good. Most of my psoriasis areas are kind of up along my cheeks, like I said, in my eyebrows, things like that. And so once I'm done, I then take a wet rag, because I've already softened, the flakes that are there on my eyebrows and in my ears. And then I simply take a rag and use it. So one thing, if you try to pull and scratch psoriasis as it's dry and the flakes aren't soft, you can create more irritation, which is never fun at all. So I just wipe my face, like those areas, I get my ears, and they come right out for me. And everybody's different. One thing you'll find with dealing with psoriasis is that what works for some people doesn't quite work for others. On bristolbalms.com, we launched December of 24 officially. Been making this product for about 3 years, but we launched officially, and the reviews are coming in. For some people, their situation's going away, like it's getting better. I have a very stubborn psoriasis, so I work on diet, and then the moisture, stubborn bugger there, the moisture is, it helps me, especially through dry seasons, that summertime. So you can see, for me, putting the tallow on, the flakes are coming right off. A couple of them are still a little stubborn. If they don't want to come off, then I will just hit it again with some tallow, let it rest for a bit while I'm maybe getting a shirt on or whatever, and then I'll come back and wipe them out. But there we go. So, because I'm irritating it with a rag and, a wet rag definitely, it looks a little more red, right? So then when I'm done, what I do is I reapply Bristol Balms. This one, like I said, is the Brook. It's unscented, but it's infused with some beautiful herbs to help. Gosh, I love this stuff. I just love it, and it's helping people. So then I get a little bit, again, just very little. It warms up in the hands. I put it back and reapply. So then this will help me stay moisturized. And honestly, I feel the moisture of this for me all day. A lot of times I would use these other over-the-counter stuff, and, they're petroleum based and, just full of junk. They smell horrible. Tallow has a very, very natural scent. And so you can see I only put a little bit, and this is really good after shaving. My wife loves to use this on her legs after she shaves. She uses it as a moisturizer base for her makeup. Very natural. And one day on the way to church, on the way home from church, so it was like 3 o'clock in the afternoon, she had applied this during the day, and she kept saying, touch my face, feel how moist it is. And that was after using the Brook. I also have the Brook and the Bees, which has 20 plus UMF Manuka honey in it. It's incredible. The price is, I keep the price so good. It's such a good value, and you can compare, with there's other tallow brands out there. And so then I just kind of put tallow on my arms where I'm dealing with dryness and stuff there. But that's my morning routine every day. I hope this helps you. Have a wonderful one. Bye now.